I learned something really valuable when I did a half marathon completely cold turkey. I was not really a runner at this time. I had done a couple half marathons before this half marathon I'm talking about in January of 2020, but I was dating a girl years before and would run with her. I wouldn't really train for those either. But this half marathon I'm specifically talking about, I learned lots and it sent me on this path that I really couldn't have played out or came up with myself. Just kind of happened the way it did. But this half marathon was a big start of that. Because I was not much of a runner, when that girl I was dating in high school went for a run, I just kind of joined in on the race with her and I would just do my best. And fortunately for me, she wasn't the fastest runner, so I would actually beat her those races because she wanted me to do my best. It's not like I was trying to smoke her. I just wanted to impress her, right? So I do these half marathons. But when we broke up, I didn't really have a reason to run anymore. It just wasn't something that I was called to. It was for her. And so in January 2020, this half marathon rolled around, and I believe this was a Wednesday when my mom told me about it. She said, "Hey, Reese, there's this half marathon, you should do it." And I'm like, "I'm not a runner." And she's like, "Yeah, but like, you've done it before, you can. Why don't you see what you can do and maybe replace some of those old memories with your ex?" And I was like, "Okay, that's like a valid point. I can at least walk it if I have to. I know I can at least do 13.1 miles." So I signed up for a Saturday race on a Wednesday, and I maybe was doing a 2 mile run every once in a while just for general health and cardio, but I was not a runner, that's for sure. And so I remembered some things that I learned from the previous half marathons years before this, where I needed to make sure I took a gel and maybe get some salt tablets for cramps and make sure I hydrate. And so I set out with this goal to do a half marathon under 2 hours. So I found the pacers for this, and I went for a 2 mile run the day before at the pace I was looking to do, which was like an 8:40 or 8:30, something like that. And so the race comes up and I get started, and obviously you feel good, you feel the adrenaline at the beginning of a race and it's really exciting. And as time goes on, you obviously get more tired, right? Though I ended up finishing it under 2 hours, which was pretty cool. And there was something I took away from this. And it's a very simple thing which sent me on this whole journey. And this was, you can do more than you think, and you can do better than you think. I didn't think I'd be able to break 2 hours in that half marathon because I wasn't training. And I had done a couple half marathons over that 2 hour mark. And so when I thought, oh, wow, I did way better than I was expecting, what followed that thought and that lesson was, well, what could you do if you really put in some effort? What could you do if you fix your nutrition, if you train, if you listen to podcasts and read books on running to try and understand it more, and talk to people and ask them what they've learned? And I think one of the most valuable things is if you're a student of something, this can be outside of running, but for me, I'm a student of running. And so I'm constantly learning, reminding myself that I don't know it all and I know very little. And so it keeps me very open-minded. And that's been very valuable. That domino effect of realizing I do more than I thought. And as a competitive person being like, well, I want to do better than myself and the other people around me. Like, I'm not going to lie. I want to absolutely dominate in races. I want to win. I want to set course records, and I want to be known as the best, or I want to be known as a fast, fit runner, someone to be taken seriously. I have lots to go. I have a lot to learn, and I need to continue expecting more of myself. I'm just saying, like, when you look at it from the perspective of just getting better a little bit at a time, you learn so much and progress. And this is just one of those life formulas that, hey, when you put in effort over time consistently, you get better. It's very valuable. And I mean, hey, this sent me on running 10 marathons in 10 days, running 5 50Ks in 5 days. I've run 3 100-milers, set a course record at one, set a course record at a 50-miler. And I had like a running streak of 933 days where I ran 2 miles minimum every single day for 930 days. And it's all because of that half marathon where I thought, wow, I'm way better than I thought, or I can at least do more than I think. So what happens if I put in all my effort? If you like running stories, tips, and tricks, I'm Reese Jones. I do content on running because I'm obsessed, maybe addicted. And if you like that kind of stuff, hit that subscribe button. If not, I really appreciate your time. I know it's valuable. And I look forward to seeing you sometime soon on the trails. Peace.